Welcome to Around Town, and we are thrilled once again. Roger Taylor with the Chamber, of course, Vice Chairman of Small Business, and Ron Day, who is the Chief Executive Officer and President of First Carolina Bank. And we are honoring you and your bank for being the Small Business Winner of December. So glad to be here.
Well, we're glad that you are here. We're very excited.
And you're a young bank too, aren't you?
We are. We started officially on July the 31st, 2012. Now, the bank had been here before us, but a group of local investors organized before that and raised additional capital to buy this bank in July of last year. And so we've been at it for about 18 months now.
And as we find out later, you attracted a lot of veteran banking people in the community and local people, didn't you?
We sure did. The number one theme of our company is really about the local base. There's been so much change in financial services in Rocky Mount over the years, where things that were born and bred here left. And we just think there's a huge opportunity here, leveraging the talent and business acumen that exists in Rocky Mount in a banking sense. And so we're real excited about that.
Well, we're excited about this award being given to him, aren't we, Roger?
We are, because you know, being a community bank, and indeed being a community bank, is important, because I know I have talked with you previously and working around loans and activities for the local businesses and citizens of the community is very important.
It absolutely is. You know, banking is not a black box, but it is for a lot of people. They don't understand it. They don't understand why it's changed. They don't understand why it's more complicated. They like to be able to put their hands on it, even with the technology that we have. And we try to make it simple. And we try to give you an opportunity to come in and connect with someone who is perfect for your needs and make it easier for you. And that's our whole mission right now.
When you walk in and are called by your first name, there's something special about that in any business. It's about those relationships, as we keep saying, month in and month out.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to watch the presentation of the banner from the Chamber, and then we'll be right back.
Go down about 2 inches with your banner. There you go.
He's got shade for Roger.
That's what I think that's a good one. Like Mount Rushmore.
First Carolina Bank. Woo.
Hello, we're here today at First Carolina Bank. Ron, you all have been selected by the Chamber of Commerce as the Small Business of the Month for the month of December. So on behalf of the Chamber and the Board of Directors and the staff, we'd like to congratulate you on accomplishing this goal. And I know you've been here for about a year and a half. You've came in and been got very involved and active in the community, and we appreciate everything you do for the community and for the Chamber both. So on behalf of the Chamber and the Board of Directors, congratulations. Let me pass it to Roger, let him say a few words for the Small Business Committee.
I'm Roger Taylor, and it's great to be here today on this nice, cool day. But it's exciting because Ron and First Carolina nominations are made and selected by the committee, and then we come in and get to know you better. And it's a great story to tell, because there's 11 small businesses of the month, and then in June we have the annual Small Business of the Year, of which First Carolina is a candidate in that now. And so we are excited about that. And now I turn it over to you to share some thoughts.
Well, Roger and Bill, thank you very much, and thanks to the staff of the Chamber for what you do for the community. We're excited to be here. We're a locally run company, totally funded locally, and local employees. Many of our employees were born and raised in Rocky Mount, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be here. We're having a great run of it. We're still young, but we're excited, and we see great things happening in Rocky Mount.
Thank you. Well, thank you, and again, congratulations. On behalf of all the Chamber ambassadors that were able to come out, we appreciate your support and help with this event, and again, y'all, congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you very much.
It was fun to be standing out front and getting that banner. Isn't that a pretty banner?
Oh, absolutely. And we ordered a Chamber of Commerce Day out there. It was so pretty.
Oh, good. Well, and you will get to display it for a whole month as the December winner. And Roger, tell him what that means to be as the December winner too.
What a December winner is as I mentioned out, is that, you know, nominations come in, we evaluate it, and it's not just about being a small business, it's about being a small business community leader. You know, what you give back and the services that are provided, and it's important because, you know, there are a lot of very outstanding small businesses in this community, and for y'all to be selected, you're this month above and beyond the rest. And but it also qualifies you for the Small Business of the Year, which we have a great banquet in June, and we have great speakers and all, and I think something that you'll want to be a part of.
Well, we would be thrilled to be there. We're very, very excited about that potential.
Ron, talk about what makes we referenced it a little bit earlier, but what makes your bank different? I was reading a little bit about the press release, and it was talking about a simple platform or a straight. What does that mean?
Well, again, there's a lot of technology available to banks today, even at the very small size, to make us as equal and secure as the largest financial institution out there. But one of the things that happens when you begin working with a bank that has larger size and scale is they begin to put you into different silos in terms of the type of business that you may do. So if you are an individual customer that has a business and you have your individual relationship with that bank as well as your business relationship with your bank, sometimes you have to go in through two separate silos to conduct that business. Here, we eliminate all of that, and particularly when you're talking about online platform and technology, a lot of companies that have an online relationship with a bank, you have separate sign-ons for your personal account and your business account. We don't have that. It allows you, since most small business owners, their personal wealth is wrapped up in their business and vice versa, you're able to go and conduct that business all at one place with one entry point, and it's a lot simpler.
You mentioned that there are a number of local investors who got together and bought the bank, and then prior to starting up, I mean, it's really hard to start up a bank, isn't it?
You said a mouthful there.
Yeah.
It's extremely challenging today. You know, there haven't been any new banks that have started from scratch in North Carolina in the last 3, 4, 5 years. When the notion was developed by the founding directors, folks in this community, about doing this, there were a lot of naysayers. There were a lot of people who thought that what we were trying to accomplish was a bridge too far. And the fact of the matter is there's a huge appetite for an institution like this here. Folks in this community have a lot of time for people who are creating business in this community, from this community. And yes, the regulatory environment can be challenging. The barriers can be high, but once you get over those, the fact of the matter is the industry is consolidating, and for those who are the winners and who make it through all of that, I think it makes for a better opportunity for you because you may have less competitors at the end of the day.
Ron, I read something, I think, this week, about there are less banks now in the United States than there were in the 30s and 40s. Is that a true statement?
Well, I don't know the figures exactly.
I mean, this was something I read or I heard that percent, or I don't know if it's percentage, but it was a smaller number of banks today.
Well,
Mega banks, like
Maybe it was.
mega banks, so the number is fewer because they've been swallowed
that's correct.
up.
yeah. I mean,
Takeovers.
the pressure is definitely on for the number of institutions to shrink. I actually had a person from the Richmond Federal Reserve visit me last week as an outreach effort, where she was talking with bank CEOs so that her president, when he goes to the open market committee meetings, is informed about how the local banks are thinking about the economy. And she said one of the things that is most prevalent in their minds right now is the fact that there aren't any new banks that are starting up. Most people would tell you that, again, the regulations are such that it is restrictive towards that. But the facts are is there haven't been that many that have been started lately. And again, for those who are set up the right way, have the right investors, the right momentum, and the right employees, and the right fundamentals, I think you can have a lot of success right now.
I know you're here on Winstead Avenue, but you also have
Newly opened
the Tom Betts and Winstead Avenue. Yeah.
Winstead Avenue.
Yeah.
We're so excited about that.
Yeah. But I understand you're located, have other locations
Correct.
also in different communities.
Well, we do. I would tell you that we are an Eastern North Carolina institution focused primarily on Eastern North Carolina. We have a small office in Greenville, North Carolina, and we have a very nice office in Reidsville, North Carolina, of all places. And that came about due to the prior company and the way that they were put together. But frankly, we're very bullish on what we're doing in Reidsville. I was there yesterday, and we have a nice business there. And the similarities between the communities are pretty remarkable. Small communities, but good business acumen, and a real appetite for a locally based community, a bank. So we're having success there.
Ron, if somebody wants to borrow money or set up a relationship, tell us why you're easier than a lot of other banks to do that.
The main reason is the ability to get a decision. When you
and expand on that, because I think for people who are trying to get a house loan, trying to get a something, that's huge.
You cannot overstate how important that is. Again, banking has become more complicated in some respects, and people are frustrated, even with their aptitude for technology and doing things without the human intervention. People are frustrated because they don't know how to work their way through the process. Here, we've attracted a lot of great, talented employees who've worked in larger organizations who relish the idea to leverage the experience that they have. They don't have the decision taken out of their hands by a process or a central office somewhere out of state. So when you come in here, you're going to be dealing with somebody. All of the business that's conducted in the bank is handled right here in this building. We don't have another, again, processing office or headquarters or something that is not here in this physical facility.
This is it. This
That's
is
correct.
the headquarters.
That's correct. So the decisions that are made relative to your relationship are right here in this building. The authority vested in us by our board of directors gives us the delegated authority to make any decision that the bank needs to make right here.
Great. I think we'd be remiss. We're going to take a break and meet those wonderful employees in just a minute, but we all as a community just loved Mahler Thorpe, and that was a real personal blow to the bank, to you personally too, wasn't it, when Mahler passed away unexpectedly?
It sure was. Mahler was a personal friend for over 20 years. We worked together closely in a prior organization. The notion about what we wanted to do here, a lot of that was built around what we thought Mahler could bring to the table for us. Interestingly enough, though, Mahler was a competitor. He never met a stranger, and the one thing that he would have wanted for us to do was to carry on. And that is exactly what we've done, and frankly, it's been a rallying point for our team, our customers, and our investors, and our momentum is equally as strong, but we miss him every day.
I love that approach, that it's a rallying point to help y'all, just be all that you can be. Well, we're going to take a break and come back. You're going to introduce your employees to us.
Okay.
Stay with us, please.
Are you just starting out on your own and want to be independent? Do you have a family and need a bigger home? Are the kids moving out? And are you downsizing? First Carolina Realty can help. A 1 or 2 bedroom apartment or house for those starting out. A 3 or 4 bedroom home for a growing family. Rentals, sales, new homes, pre-owned homes, investment property in the city or in the country. Call First Carolina Realty. Now is a good time to make that move. Real estate prices are right, interest rates are low, and there is a fantastic selection of homes available. First Carolina Realty is a full-service licensed real estate firm with offices located at 1100 West Thomas Street, open 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. If you have rental properties and are tired of the headaches associated with managing them yourself, or if you're looking for a new management team to manage your rental properties, call First Carolina Realty at 252-985-2321. Visit our webpage at firstcarolinarealty.com. We will gladly help you with all your real estate needs.
Hi, I'm Jean Almond of Almond Drugs, and I want to invite you to be Almond's customer for your prescriptions. Our average pharmacy wait for your prescription is only 10 to 15 minutes. We have drive-through windows at both locations. We will deliver your prescription free. Our friendly and very experienced pharmacists specialize in consultation, and we are locally owned and have been a loyal part of your community for over 70 years. Just make one phone call to us and we'll make the transfer so we can start taking care of you. It is so fun to meet the employees because, Ron, they make you look good, don't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. Our first employee is probably one of our most important employees.
Oh my goodness.
Sheila Stallings is a teller here at our office on North Winstead Avenue, and she's been with us for a number of years, and she makes the customers feel good every day.
Oh, bless you.
And the main person people see walking in.
They do. First
Okay.
thing they see is myself and Tara when they
Great.
turn to the left.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And next?
And this is teller number 1 and 2. This is Tara Daniels. Tara has also been with us for a long time here at our Winstead Avenue office and does a fabulous job for us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Deborah Medlin is a lifelong Rocky Mount resident and is our Chief Financial Officer.
I like that, a female.
She's in charge.
Of the money.
Maxie Coker is also a lifelong regional resident from Tarboro and is our Senior Banking Officer. He actually does all the business in the bank.
Glad to be in the Rocky Mount market and great place to be. Would like to invite everyone to come down and see us.
Sounds great. Okay.
Stokes Suter is also a lifelong Eastern North Carolina resident and is our Chief Credit Officer. He's the guy that makes sure that we make good loans.
Stokes is my next door neighbor.
Great. Thank you.
J.R. Johnson, lifelong Rocky Mount resident, is our Chief Compliance Officer and also helps us with internal audit and has been with the company for 7 years.
Great. Thank you.
Chad Reese is one of our newer employees and one of our up-and-coming employees. He is a senior credit analyst, and he helps us put together big loan deals.
Great. Thank you.
Janet Baker is also a lifelong Eastern North Carolina resident and is in this building with us on North Winstead Avenue, and she processes all of our loans and makes sure that we get them documented correctly.
That's important.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Kristen Brabble is also another lifelong Eastern North Carolina resident. She's a corporate officer for us. She's involved in marketing, projects, anything you name it. She's one of the number one people you're going to see representing First Carolina Banking and around Rocky Mount.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Lori Roundtree. She is a lifelong Eastern North Carolina resident, and she is our private banker here in the Winstead Avenue office. She takes care of all of our very special clients.
I bet they're all very special, aren't they?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
This is Bob Cooper. He is a longtime banking veteran and has spent a lot of his time in Eastern North Carolina. And Bob is essentially our Chief Operating Officer. He manages all of our operations and technology and marketing, and he's been on board for just over a year.
Great. Thank you.
This is Karen Batten. Karen is a lifelong Eastern North Carolina resident, and Karen is responsible for loan operations. So when everything is completed on a loan, she makes sure that it gets taken care of, put to bed appropriately, and that you get your bills on time.
Sounds really important. Thank you.
welcome back, and it's always good to see the backbone, which are your employees. I mean, they keep you
Absolutely.
going, and
Make you look
it's-
good.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of newer ones, which is exciting, always exciting because of expansion. But tell us a little about First Carolina Bank's community activities and the role that you see the bank and the community working together on.
Well, we're beginning to really step that up now that we've sort of gotten organized, gotten our feet settled, and we got momentum. But one of the ways that we've decided to plug in and sort of be that portal for how we do it the most effectively is, frankly, Roger, through the Chamber.
That's great.
We're a cornerstone partner. We made a specific decision to be at that level early on. We have our employees involved through there. We have an employee in leadership Twin Counties right now. So that's a big thing that we're doing and that we're focused on right now. And the Chamber has been a wonderful partner for the bank. We also have a focus in terms of our dollars relative to education.
Sure.
We have been involved with Wesleyan College on a few things. And then, of course, there's with Nash Healthcare, we've been involved in sponsoring golf tournaments there as well. So you'll see us out there and about even more and more as time goes forward.
That's always exciting because everything that you said makes this community stronger and more desirable to live in.
And it's so important to us as small business people that to hear your philosophy. You're not just taking from the community and running your business. You're turning around and giving it right back.
Well, we've learned that when you give back, it comes back to you in spades. It's just good business philosophy. There's so much capability within this community. We try and are virtually successful all the time to do business with people here locally in terms of the needs that we have, whether they're supplies or marketing or whatever it may be. We get called on all the time by people outside of this community because there's information out there about how the bank does in interest rate publications and the like, and they know that we're a new up-and-coming institution, and there are a lot of people that want to do business with us, but as much as possible we're trying to do it here locally.
What's the future look like? I'm sure that with the brain power in your group and on the board and whatnot, that y'all have started saying, well, here's where we are now, and you're strategically growing slowly. But do you want to grow even more?
Well, you know, I'm going to use that term, strategically growing slowly. I think that is an appropriate term for us right now. We're really focused on executing extremely well where we are right now. A lot of times banks lose their way when they begin reaching out beyond their boundaries too soon. And there is a wealth of opportunity for us in this community. And right now, one of the slogans that we use on the board is that we want to build a company like we want to own it for life. And we believe by making decisions based on that philosophy, all of our options will be wide open to us. I do think that Rocky Mount has had an interesting and rich history in banking, and we feel like it's hard to believe at this point you're starting over in that to some extent. But we feel like that. There's a lot that can be based here, and there's a lot that we can accomplish from here, and that we can grow an institution. But we're not at it just for growth. We're at it to be profitable and have an adequate return for our shareholders and do a great job for our customers. And that's about as far as we've thought through it at this point.
I think that's a great thought process, don't you, Roger?
I do, and when you said about Rocky Mount having such a banking history, one of the investors that went in the situation was Bob Malden, and Bob Malden meant so much to this community and the banking environment, and he's left his fingerprints on it.
All over it, yes, sir. We would not have made it to this point without the impact and the leadership of Bob.
And the wisdom, absolute wisdom that he had.
Always just a delight.
Well, Ron, thank you. Best wishes for the future. It's been a real pleasure to get to know you and learn more about First Carolina Bank, too.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, and Merry Christmas to everybody,
Yeah.
right? Thank you.
Thank you.